Hey, it's Aaron, and today I'm with a Genesis GV60. This is Hyundai's luxury brand is Genesis. This is yeah, okay. Anyway, this is their kind of mid-size two-row. So it's somewhere between kind of small and mid-size. It's roughly the same size as, say, a Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, right in that range. This is an extremely luxurious vehicle, and like all Genesis vehicles, it is beautiful. This review is brought to you by Smart Park. Drives really well, hits the mark on luxury just right, priced pretty well, and looks really good. I like Genesis has kind of a design motif they like to use where they have kind of a accentuated rear end and a simplified, beautiful front end. This is also one of the few vehicles I have driven that looks really good in pearlescent white. Normally I don't like white at all, but there have been a handful of vehicles I've driven like this one where pearlescent white is a nearly perfect color for it. It is windy today, my hair's going to be all over the place, the sound may or may not be perfect, sorry, not much I can do about it. I've been avoiding trying to do videos for the last week, hoping that we would get some clearance, but it's either raining or windy, so I haven't really had much of a bright spot. Anyway, let's see, what do you need to know about this? About 250-ish miles of range. I think it's rated at 254 or 55. You'll get within 20% of that most of the time. I have had pretty good luck with this. I have gotten as much as 245 miles, so that's not bad at all. I also use this as part of an ongoing test series of Cheyenne's new Electrify America fast chargers. This vehicle charges the best out of all of them on that system. The others that I used, one was very limited in how much it could take, and the other one just had a lot of problems connecting. That was Electrify America's fault, not the vehicle's fault, because everybody else at the station that day was having the same issue. This vehicle plugged in and did awesome. I pulled it in, I had about 20-something%, about 22-23% of battery left, pulled it in, plugged it in, and within an hour I was at 90%. That's a pretty fast charge. On my home charger, it also did very well. This is one of the handful of vehicles I've tried on my new Autel charger. It's replacing a Grizzly that just bricked itself, and there's no customer service at Grizzly anymore. I'm really sad because that's was such a great company. They're based in Canada, but they've grown faster than they could keep up, and their customer service and their new app that's through a third party and all of that, just horrible. So I finally just gave up on it and got a new one. The Autel charger is a highly recommended one, and I have a 50 amp plug, so I needed one that would fit with that. So I may do more on that one later. I'll probably do just talking about that charger and the whole situation. Back to this Genesis. The GV60 is a wonderful, wonderful car. I'll show you a Monroney really quick so you can get an idea of price point. This is a luxury vehicle, but it is cheaper than most of its competitors. It's also fully electric, which means there's going to be a price premium anyway. I got to clear all of that because I know what the comments are going to be. Now, let's talk about the drive quality. Let me move over. We'll talk about the design, and I'll talk about drive quality a little. Get a good look at those wheels. Those are beauty. I'll also point out that they are clad in Michelin Primacies. These touring tires are EV specific, which is a good idea. If you are going to drive an EV, you will get better fuel economy and better mileage out of EV specific tires. These did fine in the rain, had no issues there. On snow, they're probably still okay, but you might want to move to all season if you live where it snows a lot. There are versions of these tires in all season, FYI. Overall design, I talked about how Genesis loves to accentuate the rear. That gives it a kind of a bulkiness and a muscle. But if you look down the line here, this fender and that fender are actually equal. This one just doesn't look as big because they didn't accentuate it as much. It humps right here and then goes right down. Whereas the rear one comes out in the quarter right here and then slopes instead of coming straight down, making it look a little haunchier, a little more muscular. I left the keys over there so it wouldn't constantly lock and unlock as I'm standing here. That's a feature. You can turn it off. It toggles on the infotainment if you don't want that to happen, if you want to have to physically push the button, or if you don't want it to lock automatically, whatever. But I like to leave it on because that's actually a nice thing to have when you're not doing a video. Wind gusted up and blew the camera over, so if it looks a little bit different, that's what's going on. Anyway, simple lines. So you have this run right here, and then you have this line right here, which is mirrored in a bone line right across here. You can just faintly see it. Runs right up here into that rear tail light. That bone line is what creates the curve of the body panel. So the door curves like this and curves like this. So it's a nice, simple, very elegant look. Then down on the bottom, of course, you have the running board and a sort of, they're kind of trying to go for a rocker panel look as well. That, like I said, it helps with the beefiness, the muscle of the thing. Non-functional roof rails on this. I believe you can get functional ones. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure you can. And then the door handles, they're sunk in, but all you have to do is push and they come right out. There is a physical door lock behind this one. So if you have the key, you can pull it out of the fob and physically unlock that door. Unlike some other companies with pop-out door handles, these are not fixed in place. So if something happens, you can still access your car. So, the mirrors are folded in right now because it is locked, but that's kind of the overall look. I love the wheels on this. I can't say that. I have to say it again because I just love them. Now, drive quality, because I don't want to move the camera around anymore and it's getting windier instead of better, let me just wrap this up. Drive quality in this is phenomenal. I'll show you a picture of the inside. That boost button that you see on the steering wheel, it's the green one on the bottom right. Push that a lot, all the time, whenever you can, because it just makes this thing rocket. So much fun. It's really awesome to be sitting at a light. You already have tons of acceleration because it's electric, but to be sitting at a light and have the light turn green, and now you've got this open right in front of you, and you've got 40 miles an hour to get. You could just push that button and be there like that. It's so quick. It's such a fun car. It handles really, really well, handles very well because like most electrics, all the weight is down. So the batteries are down under here and it just compacts everything. It's really nice. I'll show you a couple of photos too. The cargo area is really good size for the vehicle. The back seat is good. I can sit in it. I'm 6'3", so back seat is great. All in all, really good vehicle. Yeah, so just great. Reference back to that Monroney if you want to see some more. Otherwise, that's what I got. This has been Aaron, Genesis GV60. Talk to you again soon.